asking us to help you with your stomach, get your stomach checked out.
Help me make it bigger. Give me some tips.
This is what we deal with. So guess what?
Help me make it bigger
It's
and
not
harder
happening.
than it is.
Leonard's stomach is going to stay the way it is, if not get bigger.
It's
And
like
he doesn't give a fuck.
Help him with his biceps are too big.
And personally,
Same thing. It's a muscle.
I don't give a fuck either. If you're happy, I'm happy. How's that?
I'm not supposed to be happy.
Okay, if you're miserable, then I'm happy.
I'm only happy when my spirit is with Christina intertwined in the netherworld.
Okay.
Which I can't really describe yet, but I know it's coming. I know it.
We all know it's coming too. Very soon.
She's the one.
What's the over-under on him living to 50?
What do you know, 47?
Yes. 18
well,
forever, but chronologically I'll be 48 in a few months.
Chronologically, right.
You ever see a 48-year-old with these kind of teeth?
Brad looked like he was in a giant bong.
Yeah, that was great. I wish it was.
And I noticed Mr.
They should figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, no
he
shit.
was tall enough to where he could look down at Brad's naked body. His eyes were going a little down, if you noticed.
Didn't you say that guy was an ex-NBA player?
Yeah.
What was his name?
He played in the NBA for 14 years.
I
can't pronounce it. He's like French or something.
He's like a Jamaican, I don't know. Probably just a regular black Frenchman. Because his mother and father came by, and it was weird, their customs. He kissed his mother, then he kissed his father. And I'm like, what is this?
They do that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But
that's common around the world. It's only in this country
didn't seem
that
like
people...
you know, Jack. When his kids come in, they're older. He'll kiss them right on the mouth.
No.
Boys, like
no.
the fuck.
But I don't see that 7-footer to be able to fight for rebounds under the boards. I don't see him with that type of mentality.
She told me that he played in the NBA for 14 years.
Just because of his 14 years?
Yeah.
I'd like to know his name.
I know.
But I know who he is.
I'll try to find out.
I think he said it. You might have taped it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I don't think I was recording then when he said his name. It's a weird name. It's hard to pronounce.
I guess he didn't make enough money to retire.
Nah. I'm sure he made dude, NBA guys make the most fucking money.
Well, how long ago did he play?
I'm sure he gets a pension.
He didn't look. You saw what he looked. He didn't look old. I think he just retired.
I mean, an NFL pension. I think you have to play a certain amount of games for 3 years, and you're set for life. That's a nice pension.
Well, OJ's got a good pension. Didn't he make something like $30,000 a month or some shit for the rest of his life?
Making the money for those guys is easy. Not spending it is the hard part. Exactly. When you have 6 kids with 6 different women, an entourage, 20 different fucking cars, they spend it as soon as they make it.
Stem cells, yeah, you hear good shit about it.
All different
There just hasn't been enough research.
They could make anabolics obsolete.
Well, you have to use your own stem cells. There's certain restrictions in using it. You can't get them, harvest them, and use other stem cells from somewhere else.
For now.
Right, for now. You have to have the stem cells, for some reason, you have to take them out of your body or something and then re-inject them in certain places. And I'm not sure, I don't know all of the technology or what's involved in it, but that's what I understand.
Hopefully in the next few years it'll be covered by insurance, because I don't think now they don't cover anything.
It ain't going to happen.
We'll have a facility here in Delray when the group of us run, where you can call total body and performance enhancement, talking about your brain. You come in and tell them, hey, you want to be a better athlete, a specific sport, or you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to look good. We'll get the experts in each field, nutrition, the brain, the different organs.
Lenny's right. That's happening right now. I wrote a lot of
preventive medicine. Instead of going to the doctor when you're sick, going to the doctor to become superhuman.
You said in Delray. Where is this?
What was something we're all going to do?
Oh, we're going to do it?
Yes, because that's where the money...
We were talking about this the other day.
There's a lot of articles.
Richard was talking about raising money and...
Even a supplement company. I mean, getting effective, clean supplements, a gym, a facility where you stay at and you have treatments. And also, something that other people don't do, give you all the sexual dysfunction treatments, the Dawson X,
but you know they have
over and over again.
They have these clinics already. But what it is
some of them are poorly
run. Take it to another level. These clinics.
Exactly.
That's what he's.
That Exos clinic where the athletes pay $3,000 a week.
You're down.
There's no one-on-one.
Well, there's clinics all over the place. There was one in Boca. I don't know if it's still there. Rejuvenation clinics.
Yeah.
That's been a hot thing for years. But what happens is to some of the clinics, they go off the rail and they start giving shit to people that they shouldn't.
There's no need for that. However, if there's a compound that's invented, a designer steroid, legally you should have the right to prescribe that
Well, that's why you see, by the way, I told you I started taking testosterone when I was 50.
Yeah.
Well, just recently, my insurance company decided to start paying for it because I used to have to pay for it.
No
now,
shit.
I paid less than I did on the street,
Right.
but now my insurance company, I can buy 3 bottles for $45.
Me too.
Nice.
That's what I
Fifty and
get.
eight,
That's what I
right?
get. Yeah.
Well, they never did that years ago, but things are getting better for everybody as far as the pharmaceuticals go.
Yeah, my insurance covers the test. Yeah.
How many people taking antacids? Staggering, more than ever. Prilosec, Nexium, all that filth. And if they were
I
taught
have
how
to take
eat
that for
right,
heartburn.
Well,
You wean yourself
if you got
off
a
of
problem
No,
with
I
heartburn,
don't take it anymore. Only when I get heartburn, I'll take it.
you won't have it again.
well, you should
I just
take
can't eat
Tums.
fucking peppers.
You can
Tums
take
is like
Tums.
pissing
Don't
in
eat
the
fucking
ocean.
peppers, but you can take Tums.
Tums is pissing in the ocean.
That's not going to give you a better.
Why is it that men need a prescription for something that their own body creates?
Well,
Does that make any sense?
Well, yes, because what you're doing is you're playing with hormones, and they want to regulate it.
Who's
the
they?
government?
Why?
The Food and Drug Administration. Well, because people can get fucking crazy with it, and they can start killing themselves.
You can get
by-
crazy with alcohol. That's legal.
Yes, but it's a little different. It's like women, they take, estrogen, but you need a prescription to get those estrogen pills. They're not going to just give them to you over the counter.
Why is there so much breast cancer? Birth control pills, which were started dispensing in the late 1950s.
Well, but there's a lot of controversy about that.
That's the reason of high breast cancer rates.
Really?
Is contraceptive.
Well, but
birth
there's a
control
lot of,
pills.
but he's saying that.
Yes.
That's what he believes, but there's a lot
That's
of
a fact.
controversy about it. I don't necessarily
it's a-
agree with that
it's
because
a
I haven't
fact.
seen the facts.
It's a proven fact.
I've read that online. That
No, that's just one theory.
Anybody can put anything online.
It's
You can
one
read
theory.
anything online.
It's one theory.
Is there any scientific
Look,
anything that backs
the
that
Delray
up?
Misfits have been online. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck do we know? We don't know jack
Well,
shit.
I saw
What,
the,
well, speak for yourself,
extended
Brad. I
studies.
know fucking what jack shit is. It's like the movie The Jerk. This is shit. This is
The
shine
shine
on.
You're talking to a nigger. Remember that part? Steve Martin.
He beats up all the mafia guys. That's great.
I'm taking this chair.
Yeah.
He couldn't say that in a movie now.
Anyhow,
No, exactly.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have
no.
I'm gonna have to get going, guys.
Why?
I have some things that I want to do, and I
Such
don't want to
as?
stay up much later.
Oh.
I get up at 3:30
Hey,
in
listen,
the morning
you already-
to go to the fucking gym.
You already missed the early bird special.
I don't go to early bird specials, you dumbass.
It's your-
But I get up at 3:30 and have breakfast and
Do
go
you
to
get
the
up with
fucking
the
gym.
alarm clock, Rich?
While you're, no, I don't need one anymore. My body has its own built-in clock.
So what time do you go to sleep? 8:30?
Around that.
You heard that,
Sure.
maniacs. Early to bed, early to rise.
That's it.
That's Richard's secret.
That's exactly right. I do need my beauty sleep. Although I'm not a very good-looking guy anymore.
I think you look
Just say it's
fantastic.
I got a rough looking
I think you
face.
look phenomenal.
Well,
It's
thank
alright.
you, Lenny.
Hey, you still get
I'm
ass.
going
Who
to suck your
cares?
dick because of that.
No, you're an example to manhood of all ages. I'll say that right now. Masculinity
I always
and
say
the alpha male.
he could beat up anybody his age. No fucking doubt.
Half their
Anybody-
age. Throw in half their age.
Believe me, I could beat up a lot of young guys. I could just look at
They
them and
back
fucking
down.
shit their pants.
Just
No,
like
they
that
do.
little fucker.
It would be elderly abuse if they beat
the
you
little
up.
fat ass in
It would be-
Texas.
Well, if somebody got me and I got the better of me, I could claim elderly abuse. I'm 68.
Right.
So I think when you're over a certain age, the crime is more serious.
65. Once you're a senior citizen, it becomes
what
a
it
felony.
is?
Yes.
That's Alan Levine's
Well, because-
biggest out, he says. He touches me, I'll sue his ass. I'm
Right.
over 65.
But I saw these, there was a thing in the paper when they had the movie theater where LA Fitness is. These two old guys got into it at the theater buying tickets. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
they got
I read
into a
about
fight.
that. I read about
One guy was stronger than the other guy and he kicked the other guy's ass. But they were both senior citizens.
Oh yeah.
And they tried to hit the guy with a higher charge, but he said, wait a minute, I'm fucking over 65 too. Give me a fucking break, But the 65-year-old guys, you're right, in the gym, I could fucking take them with one hand.
They look like they're 80.
Exactly right. That's
Because
exactly
they go to
right.
their doctors and they take their meds without question. Take this, just like they told me to take that. Well, here I am, Doctor So and So. How are you with your
Right, my
160
doctor,
pound flabby
I've
body?
had him for 20 years. he doesn't look good. And he always says to me, how do you look so good? Well,
Tell him what to take. Give him a
testosterone.
Because I do what you tell me not to fucking do.
Write him a prescription from Dr. Richard.
They only tell you that shit because it's a liability. They can't tell you to go out and take it.
No, but he's come around. He's changed his view. I've educated him actually on testosterone because I said, look, I was getting it already from a doctor or a urologist, and I buy it on the street. You want me to buy it on the street, or you want to give me a prescription?
So either way, I'm going to do it.
Exactly. So he says, okay, and he moderates me. You know, he goes that if I got too much in my system, he says, hey, you got elevated levels. I would back off for a while, and I do.
What about
to some degree?
So you get your blood done every 3 months?
No, every 6 months probably. 6 months.
Does the trend spike?
I'm not doing trend.
No, but when you did it,
that's a good question.
Did it fuck
no,
up
as a matter of fact, I don't think it spiked my. I'm
asking because I got to go next month.
Okay, but I don't know. But what you should do is give blood. What I understand, you know, your red blood cells will go down when you give the blood, so you might test more normally, and that's not a bad idea to give blood. But what happens when I went to go give blood at the bloodmobile, I went in there and they said, Jesus, you know, you're fucking red blood count. You could give blood 2-3 times a month. We never saw fucking red blood.
I'm not talking about giving blood. I get my blood tested.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is if you don't want to go to the doctor and get it tested, and for him to say to you, he may say to you, hey, I'm taking you off because you're too high. You know, it's built up and you got a test level of 1,500 to 2,000. It's happened to me.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is a friend of mine that you all know, but I'm not going to mention his name.
Tim Anderson.
No, but actually he would say the same
fucking
thing.
asshole.
He always names and points fingers.
No, it wasn't Tim, but he would say the same thing, Tim.
Right.
But if you go and you get your blood taken and they take your blood, what happens is, I'm talking about giving a pint of blood.
At the blood, okay.
Yeah, your red blood cell count goes down. So it's going to look better when you go get tested at your regular doctor.
Okay, I got you.
That's not a bad thing either. You're helping people out.
Do it like a week before?
Right.
Well, I can't because I get tattooed.
But I went in there and they said, hey,
they won't take your blood.
I said, look, because they asked me what drugs are you on, and I said, well, I take testosterone. They said, well, we're not going to take your blood unless your doctor says it's okay. I says, I never heard of such a thing. They wanted me to get a note from my doctor, which he would give me. He would do it. But meanwhile, I'm in there, and there's a guy giving blood. He's laying on these little tiny chairs. I couldn't even fit in it, in the fucking couch in this bloodmobile. It was gross in there. It looked like a bunch of fucking vampires in there with these fucking tubes. They were off-color tubes, you know. It was really disgusting. It looked like a science fiction
Probably
movie.
a sperm donation.
Meanwhile, the guy fucking blacks out. Is that why she asked me to pull my pants down? The guy fucking blacks out. And the nurses run over him and they start throwing water on his face and try to revive him. And I'm sitting there waiting to give blood. I've given blood before when I was a kid. Anyhow, and that reminds me of another story, which I'll tell you about it. And then I got to go. But they revived the guy, and I felt sorry for the guy. You know, he blacked out. He saw his arm, you know, and the blood's coming out of it.
What?
And the guy he fainted. I said, are you okay? I read more stuff. I know more about it than my doctor does. Testosterone's like Drano. I had a cholesterol level of 220. It went to 176.
Yeah, my cholesterol is real low.
It keeps the arteries supple and pliable.
And it burns up the fats.
I never had a problem with cholesterol, but I definitely don't now. But the test and trend stack is great. I feel amazing. And I don't even take the full trend dose.
Believe it or not, it really.
Right. I
have a little bit of rage like you, but I don't get the night sweats. I don't have. I mean,
once you get used to it, yeah, it's not bad. But I would take 400 in trend and test. I do 600-700 a week.
Yeah,
but remember, I'm older than you, and my body eats it up.
Yeah.
But the trend, I've stayed away from it lately because I have a problem anyhow with rage.
But you were monstrous, and your traps and back were so full, and your traps were like 6 inches high. They were so thick and round, your shoulders. You look at some of those images online.
Yeah,
you got that impressive look. You got a look that Arnold today doesn't even have. Because I don't think he goes to that extent anymore.
Probably not.
I don't think Arnold ever took Tren in his life. They didn't have it back then.
Exactly.
When did that come on the market?
Late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, yeah.
It was a cattle steroid called Phenoject. Actually, that's what they gave the implants for the veal.
Right.
To beef up the veal was Tren.
Well, generally speaking, they give it to cattle to lean them out and make sure they had muscle before they slaughtered them. But Lenny's right. It's been around for the cattle for many years, and then bodybuilders adopted it. and it.
Now there's no going back. That's the mainstay.
Yeah, that's like one of the best things you can possibly take is Tren.
Now, the one that I have is the Tren E. I also
Yes,
have
that's
Tren,
longer acting in the body.
I also have the Tren Ace that I might try.
That's quick acting. You
next
gotta do that every
year,
other day.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
that
stay
made
off
me
for
over
like
the
a good.
edge.
Yeah, but
2
I
months.
would stick to no more than 400 milligrams a week in any of them personally.
I only do 200.
Right, but I used to do 4.
Yeah.
I remember once I think I told you the story. I went to the gym one morning. It didn't open until 7. It was a Saturday or something. I got there at 5 in the morning. I was pacing the parking lot. I was fucking jacked on juice, you know. I couldn't fucking calm down. I went over to the CVS pharmacy to get my blood pressure taken, and my arm wouldn't fit in the machine. You know, it was too big. So they sent me to the fire station down the street. I went down to the fire station. They said, "Yeah, your blood pressure's high, and you know we should take you over to the hospital." So I says, "Okay, I'll go over there." He says, "No, we'll take you." So they took me in an ambulance over there. It was only fucking 2 blocks away.
Of course. Well,
And then some doctor comes out and he says to me a couple things. He says, first of all, you have a very rare disease or condition. I said, what is that? Now I'm sitting there, I'm wearing a fucking gown. You can't maybe see my body totally, but I'm a bodybuilder. He says, you have muscle, your cell breakdown. You have cell breakdown like somebody was trapped in rubble in an earthquake. I looked at him like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm a bodybuilder. Of course I have cell breakdown. I'm tearing down my muscles.
Oh, like I had.
Yeah, it's Rhabdo.
Right. So he says this to me. I'm looking at him like,
How is
you're
that
a fucking
possible when
idiot.
we're juiced to the gills?
Right. Then he says to
That's the
me.
second time I
Then he
heard
says to me, and I didn't want to tell him what I was on, but I knew what I was. I was jacked, is what it was on the drugs that I was taking, and I was taking pro hormone at the time too. I think.
Jeez.
So he says to me, I think you're having an anxiety attack. I'm going to give you something to calm down. I said, great. And that's when I started taking this stuff, lorazepam, which Michael Jackson used to take.
All out here.
I got a heater.
Nice. What are you scared to show it for?
I don't want to,
Listen, who gives a fuck?
it's not something, reckless display of firearms.
Hey, listen. You know what? All these mass shootings ruin it for responsible
Hey, I
gun
pull
owners
guns
like
on
you
people.
guys.
Well, you see what that gun owner did
I
to that
pull guns on
faggot?
people, and I carry a gun. I have a concealed weapons permit, and I've actually pulled my gun on people before, a few times.
You've never shot anybody?
No, but I almost shot a couple guys once, some gangbanger types that when I got out of the car, they saw how big I was, so they popped the trunk and came at me with a tire iron. Well, I pulled out my fucking gun, and they said, oh, please don't shoot us, you know? And I said, listen, you motherfuckers, you know, put that fucking tire iron back in your trunk and get your ass out of here. When they left, they got my license plate and they called the cops on me. Of course, the cops swarmed me in Delray over by the movie theater. And I told them what happened. They said, well, why didn't you call us? I said, why would I call you? It's like skinning your knee and then telling your mother, oh, I skinned my knee. What am I going to call you for? It's over with.
Yeah.
I said, but those guys didn't tell you they came at me with a tire iron, did they?
Right.
They said, no.
And that's the
I
reason
said,
why
well,
you
go
have
over
that.
to their car and pop the trunk and you'll see a tire iron in there. How would I know that?
Right.
I said, I
most
could have
cars-
fucking
most
shot
cars
him. They
have
came
that.
at me with a deadly weapon. I could have shot him and got away with it. But I didn't because I'm a fucking grown man. I don't do that shit. And the guys are looking at me and like, I'm the kind of citizen they want out there, really.
Yeah.
It's not going to bother them with stupidity, right?
All right, Richard. Thanks for coming over, man.
All right. I'll see you fucking guys.
All right, Richard, thanks for the
I'll
inspiration
see you fucking
and the education.
Yeah. We hope we can be your
You want me to go
size
out
at
this way, Andrew?
68. Yeah.